Hello guys, welcome back to my Huevember color challenge. This is going to be day 14 and we are doing green again today. As always, we're going to start off with that photosensitivity warning. If you are sensitive to flashing lights and moving images, try to focus on the canvas to the right hand side of the screen. That one is going to be stationary, whereas the one on the left side, as you can already tell, is going to be moving around and jumping a lot. So for today's Huevember, I decided to draw this character I've had for a while. His name is MacLaine. His full name is Thomas MacLaine, but he is ex-military, so he just goes by his surname MacLaine. I don't have too much information on his military career because this is an alternate universe where the military works a lot differently than ours, and I just haven't explored that avenue too much with him. But what I do know about him is he is quite a stubborn character. He is a huge activist, but he's not very by the books about his activism. He's very underground, very sneaky, and sometimes he does some pretty shady and outright illegal things for his cause. But he is always fighting for his beliefs, and he believes that his heart is in the right place, even if his actions may not seem like it is. Now, for this character, I absolutely love his design, but every time I draw him, something changes. Something changes about his design. It's usually very small, but no matter what, without fail, every time I draw this character, something changes. For example, this time around, his hair changed a lot. He did not have that spiked up short hair, and even the hair color changed from the last time I drew him. That being said, I don't think I've ever posted this character anywhere before because his design is a little bland compared to a lot of the other characters in his story, which is funny to me because he is the only character I have that has heterochromia, which obviously is a very unique character trait, that two different colored eyes, but I don't know, something about his design just seems a little simple to me. But I changed his hair this time around. He used to just have plain black hair in previous designs, and I wanted to give him gray hair instead. And I added a little tuft of white in the front as well because his character design is loosely based on a husky. So the gray and white hair is like gray and white fur, and the heterochromia, huskies are pretty known for having the two different colored eyes. MacLaine is part of the Golem universe, and a lot of characters in that universe are based on animals, like Cecil is, of course, based on a goat. Crane and Baron are both birds. Addison is a fox, and MacLaine here is based on a husky. And it was around this point that I realized I was just drawing a character and I was not adhering to the Huevember challenge, where each piece is supposed to be a different color, a different hue. That's the whole point of the challenge. So I went ahead and threw that green sweater on him and then decided to do our tried and true green multiply layer and erase all the parts that I want to be highlighted. It's just worked for every piece so far. And I just flipped him around there because I realized I had gotten his eyes mixed up. The left eye is supposed to be blue and the right one is brown. Not for any particular reason, just for continuity, but I just flipped the whole canvas instead of changing the eye colors. I think it looks better like this anyway with the lighter eye on the light side of his face. I didn't do too much of a dramatic lighting for this one. It's just coming from one side and slightly to the back of him, so there's a little bit of backlighting on his right side, and then for the most part he's just lit up from his left side. And I've just gone in with the shadows there as well. I wanted to do some deep dark shadows for this one because I wanted to make this character seem kind of dark and edgy and closed off, so I used those darker shadows and filled in anywhere that he was sort of locking himself away from the light to reflect that personality. And of course, after the shadows were done, we went back in with the highlighting, just did very minimal highlighting to add a little bit of dimension to that right side of the page that was just all in highlight. There was nothing really bringing any dimension to that. And I tried a couple times to shade or highlight his left temple, and I couldn't really find anything that worked, so in the end I just left it flat. I think maybe the hairline's a little too far back, so that's just something to remember for next time. Always learning. And then after adding the highlights, I went in and added that like ultra highlight layer. I call it the glitter layer, just to add a little extra drama to the highlighted bits. And then to just give the whole thing a sort of haze, I put a regular green layer, not on multiply, over top of the whole thing, and turned down the the opacity a bunch, so that it's just this very, very light green haze over the whole picture. So it helped tie into the Huevember theme, and it also helped set the mood with this piece. He is not a very bright, happy character. I wanted that little bit of darkness and grime to him. And that is MacLaine. Wrapping up Huevember day 14. Tomorrow is going to be our first venture into the blue territory with some nice, cool teal tones. And if you would like to see that video now, you can check it out on my Patreon under the Video Star tier, along with tons of other early access and exclusive content. And lastly, if you're looking for more ways to follow me on my art journey, you can do so on Instagram and TikTok. I'm posting once a day for the month of November, and I will see you all back here for tomorrow's video. Bye!